Possibly.
If my computer doesn't want to fucking be a pain in the dick,
Do you want me to call Bill Gates? Get him over here?
Yeah, I want you to call Bill Gates and get him the fuck over here. And,
tell him that this bootleg version of Windows that you're running isn't working.
It's not a bootleg version of Windows.
Well, the license that you require for it to operate is bootleg.
I just have a shitty license. Shh. It's fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, so new episode. Gonna try the whole live stream thing again. See what happens or comes of it or whatever. You know. Because why the hell not?
Sure.
It's been quite a quiet week this week. Not too much to chat about. As far as news
content.
I mean, there's one good thing. Jackie Chan doesn't have the coronavirus. So,
in case anyone was wondering.
In case apparently there was a whole rumor going around that he was going to be dying from the coronavirus, which he came out and said, no, I don't have the coronavirus. I'm good, which I'm very happy about because that man has a lot more movies that he needs to make. And I don't know if I could go on living in a world with no Jackie Chan. I think that would have been the end of me. Would have been the end of me.
I mean, Jackie Chan is great, but at least we don't have to keep living through the Jackie Chan animated TV show.
No, that show is amazing. You shut your whore mouth.
I will not.
That show was the Jackie Chan Adventures was a fantastic television show, and you are a horrible person for thinking otherwise. That show was great.
To each their own.
That show was great. Everything Jackie Chan does is amazing. There has not been a bad Jackie Chan movie ever, and you can go fuck yourself on hating on Jackie Chan.
I don't hate on Jackie Chan. Alright.
His cartoon was amazing.
The cartoon was not good.
It was great. It was so good. So good.
Lies.
No, you just haven't watched it in a long time, and you have to go back and watch it because it's fantastic.
And I'll go back and watch it.
It's a great.
I'll come back next week and tell you exactly the same thing.
Great piece of early 2000s animation. I love it. So that's good news. He came out finally. He was just, I guess.
Finally.
People
were banging down the door.
I guess the rumor's been going around for a while. I didn't even know about it until I mean, obviously you didn't either, but I guess it's been rumored for a few weeks now. That he was quarantined with the coronavirus, but he's not. He's good. So I'm happy.
Yeah, IP Man 5 is still coming out.
It Man 5? Is he supposed to be in It Man 5?
No, I was just being a dick.
Yeah, you are a dick. Aside from that, let's see what else we got here. We'll go to that later. Fuck it, we'll talk about that one. So if anyone has followed us, we are big fans of Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura, just kind of comedy in general, Bill Burr, all that kind of stuff. And
all things comedy,
all that stuff. We watch a lot of their stuff. Two Bears, One Cave. I watch every week. I'm a big fan of Joe Rogan and his podcast. Your Mom's House podcast, all that stuff.
I'm a big Something's Burning with Bert Kreischer.
Something Burning. Yep. Something Burning. That's another good one. Which has he come out with any new episodes recently? He hasn't done really anything with it, right?
It's been a couple of months.
Yeah. But he's also been on tour.
Yeah, and it's probably a seasonal thing.
Yeah, and he's doing the special, and so it's been a while. I know that. But so they, it's Legendary Movie Studio has bought the rights to the story of The Machine. He came out, I guess, like in the last week or the week before. They were talking about it for a while, or a few months ago. But he was talking about it recently. It came out in September that he was doing this. Which, wow, I didn't realize it was September. Huh. But recently he's been talking about it all over the place. About the story and about how they're doing this movie. I'm really excited for it.
I'm intrigued by it.
My thing is, I wonder if they're going to be making it, like, who's playing Bert Kreischer? Is Bert Kreischer going to play Bert
And
Kreischer?
what kind of movie is it going to be?
It's going to be a comedy. It's got to be a comedy.
Like, is it going to be a National Lampoon's type movie?
I don't know. That's
or are they
going to
do it like Snowpiercer? You know,
that would be hilarious. They made it like a super action-packed
movie with and they just get Chris Evans back.
Oh my God, Chris Evans to play Bert Kreischer,
and it's just another action movie on a train in the winter.
I don't know. I don't know if there's any other information out there so far. Let's see. He's got.
I can't stop yawning.
It's because you're not getting the proper sleep. Yeah, there's no other information. Just that they bought the rights, and I don't think he's come out and said anything. Aside from that, they're making the movie, so I don't know if he's going to be in it. If he's
or
not involved, well, he's involved in it. We know that. Because the couple interviews and stuff that he's been talking about, he like, yeah, no, we're working on this, we're doing it. Like, he's definitely involved in it. I think he's either writing it or he's very heavily involved in the writing of it.
Watch Tom Segura plays him.
That would be so funny. I mean, how do you not put? He's gonna put Segura in the movie. I wouldn't be surprised if you see Rogan in the movie, even though he doesn't act.
In the movie.
Right? Like, why wouldn't you? Like, how
part of the mafia?
Yeah, even though he's not Russian, but still, it would be amazing if they put Dolph Lundgren in there. He's also doing a big tour in Russia soon, coming up, so it'll be interesting.
What's his name? The Russian space station from
Russian space station.
Armageddon.
Oh, okay,
the Russian
yeah.
Space station scientist.
Yeah.
He's done so many things, and he's actually like a really well-known actor. It's just whenever I see him, I always think the Russian space station.
Right. I'm just curious as to if it's going to take. I mean, it obviously has to take place about him in college, so I wonder if they're going to do him. I don't know. Do you think they just de-age him?
I don't think the budget's going to be there for that. I'm sorry. I don't think the budget's going to be there to make Bert Kreischer young and thin again.
I don't know, man. He got pretty thin for.
Yeah, I mean, of course he did.
He got nice. He looked pretty good for his. I don't know if there's any pictures of him recently for his.
But you look at Bert Kreischer now, and this is what you think of. And when you look at Bert Kreischer then, like in the 90s, you're like. No.
I get what you're saying.
Like, I don't need a younger Bert Kreischer because he looks worse than he does now.
True.
Even when he was, thin, college prime, I guess he just looked,
Let's see.
I don't want to call him a loser or anything, but like I was just like, that's not the Bert Kreischer I know and love. That's what I'm saying.
Let's see. Bert Kreischer thin. I mean, I don't know. Which I don't know who the hell this is. But what the fuck is these pictures?
Go to.
There you go. Come on, man. This is Bert Kreischer in his like 30s, early 30s.
Yeah, it makes sense that he would be Russian.
You give him that. You give him that.
A train in Russia.
He had a picture recently. He lost a shit ton of weight. Either way, I don't know. I'm excited about this movie. I think it'll be a pretty decent comedy, especially if you have him actually writing it. Or at least helping with the writing. Obviously he's not a script writer. He's not a movie writer. But I mean, he also said he's pitching other things as far as other movies.
I thought
he
said
shows.
that he wouldn't pitch things because it was too much involved. And it was like if someone gave him something, he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm good, but I'm not gonna go out there and start pitching shit."
No, he does that shit all the time. He does that. They all do that stuff. Their agents come in, they go, oh, they have ideas, they want to make stuff. He was talking about him and Segura were talking about doing a road trip movie, like a weird road trip thing that they seem pretty hyped to do.
In this movie, they shaved Tom Segura's back while on a road trip. Then you count me in. That's a movie I want to see.
I think it's funny that they don't They don't list Two Bears One Cave on here. They don't list, and well, I guess that El Hapa started after. That was probably after September when they started Two Bears One Cave.
Who the fuck is Dave?
What? It's fucking Little Dicky's new show, which I don't know. I fucking hate Little Dicky. I think he's a dumbass. I don't think any of his shit's funny. But
I'm not really a fan of the majority of people that have Lil in front of their names.
Yeah, he was a. I mean, you know who he is, right?
No.
Oh, well. I'll show you later when we're done with this. It's really he was a really like he was the guy who did that video. He did a video where he made a hip hop video off like $1,000, and it was like a weird. He like does joke rap songs, and they're really shitty. We'll check them out later.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, it's really shitty. But anyway, on to the next one. Let's see. We got some Henry Cavill news as Superman, possibly. So back in September or November, he was talking about how he wasn't going to give up on the role. He was quoted as saying, "I'm not going to sit quietly in the dark as all this stuff is going on. I'm not giving up the role. There's a lot I have to give Superman yet. A lot of storytelling to do, a lot of real, true depths to the honesty of the character I want to get into. I want to reflect the comic books. That's important to me. There's a lot of justice to be done for Superman. The status is you'll see." And supposedly there's some rumors that he's going to be in Shazam 2. Supposedly we have The Rock to thank, I guess, because they have the same agent, which I don't understand why The Rock would have anything to do with that. It's their agent that should be to thank.
I thought it was The Rock's ex-agent. Or
no,
the
I think
wife of The Rock's agent or something. It was.
I think they were saying in here that it's they're both the same. They both have the same agent.
Whatever.
Mike Sutton again. Mikey Sutton again with this dude.
All the rumors.
All the rumors come from Mikey Sutton. This guy just throws out garbage left and right. The only reason why I can see this happening, God, Mikey Sutton, you're the fucking bane of my existence.
Who is the source of
all these bullshit rumors?
He would not be provided information anymore. Like,
that's because 95%
unless his
of
only
them...
job is to provide rumors. Like, that's what he's getting paid for, is to go out 100%. There and say this.
That's 100%. Because this guy puts out...
this guy would have been fired.
This guy puts out so much bullshit that, of course, you're going to have one or two of them be right.
We should start doing that.
There's a bunch of YouTubers that do that. Fuck those guys.
We should just start
making shit up.
Very specific and detailed rumors, and just upload
pretend
a video
like we have sources.
Yeah, and just see how, if people start actually paying attention to us.
I guarantee you, like that's what a lot of people are doing. There's one, I forget who it was.
I'll fucking call it out. I'll be like, I was on the phone with fucking Tim Burton this morning. Right? You don't even know.
I've thought about that. Because there's a bunch of guys who do that, especially YouTubers who do that. There's this one, and I don't care if I call him out and his legions of fans come after us. This guy called Doomcock. Literally just makes shit up. Flat out makes shit up. And then when you call him out on it, like his whole legions of fans go after you. It's really weird. It's really bizarre. Like 90% of the shit he says is just bullshit. He doesn't like come back and say, "Oh, I was wrong on these things" or whatever. It's all fucking made up shit. It was a big thing with Star Wars. Yeah, Doomcock. But there's a bunch of YouTubers that do that right now. It's crazy. It's crazy. They've made a living off just making shit up.
Truth and justice,
right?
With the little swords they put in your fucking frilly drinks.
Yep. We're the bad guys, apparently. But
truth, justice, in the Soviet way. I mean, American way. I just watched Superman Red Sun.
Just talking about what other things. Similar Shazam featured Superman cameo. Wait,
Shazam Birds of
Prey.
The fuck?
Wait, hold on. In case of Shazam, we were given a fun, kind kid-friendly wish fulfillment story. In the case of Birds of Prey, we were blah, blah. The other reason why they stand out. What does this have to do with him showing up in the movie? What does Birds of Prey have to do with at all with him showing up in this movie?
Don't sully the Shazam name with that horrible movie.
Yeah, you just watched it.
I did. I watched it today.
I still haven't seen it.
Yeah, it's
Any
terrible.
thoughts? Terrible? Not so good?
It's a bad plot. Like, even like Cassandra Cain, isn't that?
But eventually turns into Batgirl.
Yeah. Cassandra Cain is the person that they're protecting, basically.
Why? She's a super assassin.
Something.
Yeah, but she's a super assassin.
She's like a little kid who stole something, and the Black Mask wants it. It's the fortune to the Bertinelli crime family's fortune.
See, that's disappointing.
They did it in a way that like they tried to show you each character's story.
Yeah.
But that story was told as through Harley Quinn, and she even says it. She's like, "Well, I'm the one telling the fucking story, so I forgot to say it until now. But here's the information."
Right.
So it's like, oh, too little, too late. I don't have enough backstory. You didn't take the proper time to show me these characters, or you shouldn't have shown me any of their backstory and just assumed that I knew who they were, and I'd be okay with it.
Right. Like good movies do.
I mean, we know that. We found out, though, in this movie that Dinah Lance, the Black Canary, is the daughter of the original Black Canary. That I found out. So, I didn't know that going into it. So, her mother died fighting crime.
Yes, that was, that's how they, that's cool because that's how when they pulled together the Golden Age and Silver Age and all that stuff.
Yeah,
that's
so
how
that
they
was like
explained
the only
it.
part of the story that I was like, okay.
Yeah. That's actually directly out of the comics. That's cool. So, that's actually really cool.
But and he puts on the black mask like at the end of the movie, and it's not like a permanent fixture on his face. It's just something he snaps on. And he got punched once and it came off. In a car. But yeah, I mean the whole Cassandra
Apparently they made him gay.
Was weird.
Supposedly.
I wouldn't say he's gay. No, not straight out. I would say he's very flamboyant in his mannerisms, but gay, I wouldn't say. I wouldn't go as far as because they didn't outright say he's gay, and if they did, I missed it.
No, they haven't.
He doesn't kiss a boy.
Yeah,
but he
they've
also
been
doesn't kiss a girl.
Yeah,
like he doesn't. He's just like he's weird.
Which I don't know why
he's just weird.
Which why they
and he plays it very weird. And it's not that Ewan McGregor did a bad job either.
Right.
It's just. And I mean, the Ewan McGregor's voice in the movie, I do like. Because it reminds me of the video games and the animated movies. Like, he obviously drew from that.
Yeah, like
instead of creating his own
sounds
voice.
like a mob boss.
Yeah, but also he sounds very similar to what we've already heard Black Mask's voice be in the past. It's not like this is the first time he's been in anything with,
Yeah.
But overall, the movie it was choppy, didn't make sense, too much storyline. And as you always say, Harley Quinn is not a main character.
She's just not.
And this whole movie puts her as fighting against being a side character. She's like, I deserve to be not a side character. That's all I hear coming out of her mouth is, I'm my own person.
And it just doesn't
I'm my own
work.
person. But I still need 3 other women around me to make me work.
She's better in part of an ensemble. She's better with somebody else.
I mean, they could have just, and this is going to make me sound like a dickhead, but they could have just had one man in her, but instead she needed 3 women to make her as relevant.
Right. Yeah.
But that's not my point.
Do you think if they had instead of Black Mask, did it with as her going up against the Joker, that it could have been would have been a better movie? Regardless if it was Leto's Joker or not.
Yeah, probably.
Right? That's the biggest thing I've heard from people Is that like if this was a movie, because like I guess they talk about the Joker so much, you don't see him, you see like the back of his head once, and that's it.
And they use the Jared Leto Joker, obviously, but you don't see his face ever, just the back of his head.
Yeah. So that's what a lot of people's criticisms have been.
I would say it would definitely would have made a better movie if it was Harley versus the Joker, but at the same time, it wouldn't.
Yeah,
because the whole point is that everyone knows Harley always goes back to Joker,
right?
So this is forcing her to stay away from him.
Right, but the overarching narrative...
she's like, okay, well, if I don't see him, I'm not going to fall for him again.
Right, but my point is it could have been a story of her overcoming that.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone's kind of point is. Like, you kind of lose that when you're... just, let's put a different dude in there. Which, why he would even put Black Mask in, that doesn't make sense. So basically, don't pay to go see this movie.
No, I wouldn't.
I'm pretty sure it's probably already out of theaters at this point, but
I didn't pay to see the movie.
Yeah, and I'm definitely not going to. Anyway, back to Henry Cavill and Shazam.
That's also don't sully Shazam with Birds of Prey.
Exactly. Yeah,
because
Shazam was a very good
side
movie.
rant. Was Shazam as campy as it was of a movie.
It was a
great movie.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Shazam. I thought Shazam was a very, very good movie. I think Zachary Levi was great. I think everyone in that movie was great. I think it was just a good movie. It was a fun movie. Really enjoyed it. As everyone has or has not seen, Henry Cavill was supposed to show up in the end credit scene, but there were some scheduling conflicts. There was all rumors as to why, and they thought it was because it was they were kicking him off the show and kicking him off the movie and blah, 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 which wasn't the case because they filmed all this shit before any of that happened. Legitimately was a scheduling conflict. He just couldn't get there to do it. I think it was during something. I don't even think it was a scheduling conflict. I think it had to do with it was during a hurricane or something, and he couldn't fly there. Like, they couldn't get him there. Like, it physically was impossible to get him there or something. But there's apparently rumors by this fucking Mike Sutton dude, which, god damn you, Mike Sutton, if you were wrong about this, I am going to hunt you down, that he is going to be in the next Shazam movie as a brainwashed Superman, supposedly.
Keep in mind, though, that Shazam 2 isn't going to come out until after Black Adam solo movie. As far as we know, currently.
No, I don't think so.
Because there's supposed to be a Black Adam film.
I think
and then Shazam.
Yeah, but I don't think I think we're still getting... No, because I don't think... Because Shazam 2 is not going to have Black Adam in it.
That's what I'm saying. Because I'm pretty sure that, like, if we go based on the release dates of what DC movies are coming out, I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong, obviously, that there's a Black Adam film before the next Shazam movie. And it's basically a prequel, of when Black Adam was good and shows him turning bad.
I like this guy. This guy in the articles, you calling him out. We then have Mikey Sutton. Like all scoopers, he had plenty of misses, but he's called at least one big story past Disney and Sony working out a Spider-Man deal. I'd rate his credibility maybe at 2 out of 5 stars. He's no cosmic book news, but he has a lot more proving to do before we can fully trust him. Cosmic book news sucks bullshit, too. So to compare him to cosmic book news, they're the fucking same thing. But anyway, here's my guess. Here's my guess why these rumors are popping up again. One, because Henry Cavill...
They hung out. They shook hands. They hugged. Someone got a picture.
No. So here's my guess. Here's my thing. First off, supposedly the second movie is going to be, from what I understand, from what I think I remember, or at least what they've been saying is that the second movie is going to be whatever, the worm thing that controls people's mind. Which would make sense if you have a Superman in there. He could be a mind-controlled, version, whatever. Here's my thing. The Witcher did really well. People loved it.
People are on the Henry Cavill train again.
Yeah. They immediately picked it up for a season 2. I mean, which it deserves. The show is fantastic. It's just absolutely fantastic, especially since I'm actually just about to finish playing The Witcher 3 for the first time, and which everyone, if you're asking, oh, how can you play that without playing the first two? You don't have to play the first two games to play Witcher 3 at all.
I didn't know it was a game to begin with because I don't play video
games. Well, they're books.
Really, so.
They were originally books. So the stories that they're doing in the game in the show are based off the books. The games continue the book stories basically, even though they're not canon with the books. It's weird. The books are canon with the games. The games are not canon with the books. If that makes sense.
Sure.
So I'm playing Witcher 3 right now, finishing it up, and he fucking kills it, man. After playing The Witcher 3 and I'm also rewatching The Witcher, like it is so close to that because even the games are very, very are lauded for being so close to the source material. Even though the original guy who wrote the books is like, well, I'm the only one who can finish the canon, so these are, yeah, they're good and all, but regardless. I get it. Like,
so everyone's on the Henry train.
Everyone's on that train.
I mean, I like Henry, and I don't remember if we've talked about this on the show or just in general, but like to me, Henry Cavil plays the same character and everything.
Yeah.
So the Man from U.N.C.L.E.,
right,
1 and 2, The Witcher, and his Superman character to me are all identical.
I don't see that.
But it's not like he's a bad actor. It's just the way his voice is.
Okay.
That. Like, if you put the gray long hair on him in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.,
yeah,
you would be like, yeah, it still works because you're Henry Cavill. Like, that's how I look at him. I'm like, he does good, and I have nothing bad to say about him at all. And what, like, my feelings about this are not negative.
Right.
Like, he's good, but it's the same thing. Like, I feel like if we saw, The Flash from the CW, Grant Gustin play another role,
you're gonna think
his Barry Allen is gonna be the same as his whatever his next role is, probably,
right?
Because but you never know. You could be surprised. He could do something completely different because he does do a dark Flash pretty well and stuff too,
right?
But my point is that Henry Cavill has just got like one of those voices that's very monotone, and it's very similar. Like, when he gets excited, you don't really notice, and when he is like angry, you don't really notice unless he's yelling.
I don't know. I don't agree with that, but I can see what you're saying. I think you're wrong, but you know, I think that's what it really comes down to. I think WB is realizing that they might have made a mistake canceling him as Superman or stopping his Superman movie. And I think now with all of this Witcher buzz and how good it was,
like, nobody had a problem with him as Superman. What they had a problem with was Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
his
and even
Superman movie was too dark, and his Justice League movie didn't do well
that's the
because it wasn't
thing.
really his
movie. A lot of people are going back to the Man of Steel movie and going, you know what? It's not like, yeah, it may not be what I wanted, but like,
I love that movie.
I think it's great.
I fucking love that movie.
Like
everyone's argument though is shouldn't have killed Zod, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care either.
Put any person in that situation, they're gonna do what he did.
Point is that he's not any person. He's supposed to be better than
but
any
he's
person.
Also a human because he was raised
and
by
it's the first fucking time he's out there being Superman. You know what I mean?
Gonna make some mistakes, people. He's not perfect.
Yeah. And I'm fine with that. I'm 100% fine with that. I actually really enjoy that movie. I haven't watched it in a few years. Might go back and watch it. It's one I've wanted to go back and watch. But a lot of people come back around to it and going, you know what? All right, I see what he was trying to do. It may not, be what I want, but it's a good movie. It's not a bad movie.
It was the movie that we needed, and people didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Like, as much as I love Brandon Routh, and we know that movie wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But we knew what it was going for, which was a continuation of
the Christopher Reeve Superman. Yeah, Donner Superman, yeah.
But it's like we've always had the same incarnation, basically, of Superman on film.
Right.
And even animated movies and in comic books for so long that it was like, we got to break the cycle. It was like when Spider-Man Homecoming came out, no death was involved of Uncle Ben.
Right.
It was like, finally, because we've seen it so many times. And when the Batman vs Superman, it was just a flashback scene, basically, of his parents being murdered, because we've seen it how many fucking times.
Yeah.
Superman, they didn't need to do any of that. Like, even what was his dad's name?
Jonathan.
Yeah, when Jonathan Kent dies, which was Kevin Costner.
Yep.
It was a quick scene. It was a a tornado.
Yeah.
Versus like the heart attack and all the other common ones. And it was quick. It was easy. It was like they breezed past it because we've seen these so many times that I loved the fuck out of the Dark Superman movie because it was how I felt shit really would have went down.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's also there's a lot of arguments against the movie. And I get those arguments. Like, this isn't really Superman. Like, it's supposed to be this. He's supposed to be better. He's supposed to be blah, blah.
He's not better yet.
That's my whole point of it.
Exactly. Yeah. When this happened, he was like, oh, I'm never doing this again.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I cannot do this ever again.
Right.
This hurt me so bad. Like,
yeah.
That's my point. Yes.
Yeah. And I agree with you. And that's to me what I took out of that movie as well. And we could, and there's all sorts of arguments against the Batman vs Superman movie, which I still really enjoy a lot. And I know a lot of people hate that movie too. But
Martha,
which, come on, whatever. That scene's whatever. Let's get over it. It's one scene. I get it.
Listen, I'm
not going to ruin the whole movie. It doesn't ruin the whole movie for me.
You can't bring up that movie and not say Martha.
Yeah.
And just like you can't bring up Christopher Nolan's Batman without going,
where's she?
Or where's Rachel?
Where's Rachel?
There's always one thing from every movie.
Oh god, that hurt my voice.
And that's that. Whether or not we're never gonna get over it, but it doesn't depict the movie.
Speaking of Martha and Batman vs Superman, Mr. Ben Affleck came out and said,
first of all, look at that man's face in that mask. Have you seen a better Batman in a mask ever?
Never.
Ever?
Never.
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 Can you tell that we're Batfleck fans?
We are huge Batfleck fans. So Batman himself, the Batman, came out and had a few choice things to say about his time and why he wound up leaving the Batman movie in GQ. He's quoted as saying, "I had my fill of that," they said. "We would like to direct and star a solo Bat movie, and I found that at some point I had lost my enthusiasm or passion for it. And I thought this should really be made by someone for whom," that can't be right.
It's their wildest dream.
Wildest dream come true. "It was clear to me it was time to move on." This is a really nice way of saying that Warner Brothers micromanaged the shit out of this, and I don't want any part of this because I'm not going to get the vision of this movie that I want. That's what I take out of this. And I think it's very clear that that's what all this was. I think he said there's a couple things he was upset with. I don't know if it's in this article, but there's other articles where they took some, from the GQ interview, that he basically was saying how he wasn't happy with the way, like, Justice League destroyed him. Like, it just killed him. With all of the reshoots and what they were doing and how they were acting with everything. He was not happy with that movie and all of the stuff. Yeah, I think he definitely just got, he just didn't, I think it was all a creative control issue. I think he wasn't going to get the control that he needed. I think Warner Brothers was kind of pulling him through the ringer way too much, and I think that is a whole real nice way to kind of put all the subtext of that statement is just, yeah, Warner Brothers just fucked me up, and I don't want to really do anything with them again.
I always had that impression.
Yeah,
from day one when he said no, because there were so many things leading up to it.
Yeah.
So many articles about it being in danger and, rewrites.
They kept having rewrites
upon rewrites upon rewrites and failures and casting and all this stuff. And it was like, when he was like, "I'm done," I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm exhausted as a fan.
Right.
I can only imagine being Batfleck.
Yeah. I can only
being in charge of that and having every avenue turned down, door shut.
There were
thrown
some
away.
supposed things that said that a lot of it had to do with Jeff Johns, which I don't believe, because Jeff Johns is an amazing writer. I mean, he was the architect for DC Comics and has been for years and years and years, and so I don't think it was anything that had to do between him and Jeff Johns, because like they sought each other out. Like he sought out Johns to write the movie with him, so I don't think it was that. I think it legitimately had to come down to Warner Brothers just. No, you have to do it this way. You have to do this. You have to do that. No, we have to leave this in. We have to do this. We have to do this. No, you have to change this script so this fits into this. And I feel like Affleck just wanted, like, because from what I understand, they were going to make an Arkham Knight movie, like, or an Arkham Asylum movie. Like, that's what it was going to be. It was going to be him dealing with Arkham Asylum, dealing with the Joker, like that. Maybe not the exact story from the game, but that whole idea of him being in Arkham Asylum and having to fight his way out.
I would love to see Batfleck trying to get his ass through the air vents. That's something that you have to do in the Arkham series. That whole game takes place hiding in vents and waiting until the perfect time to strike.
That's true.
Going underneath the floors and stuff. And he's so broad.
He really is.
He'd be like, nope, can't make it.
Not at all.
And then you would think Batman Brave and the Bold voice would come in there and he'd be like, oh, I can't make it through this, man.
Diedrich, what's his face?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's upsetting that a studio, listen, someone else had put in, I guess he said something about how it was just like he didn't realize how iconic of a character Batman was or something when he took the role. Bullshit. The man has been a comic book fan for years.
He probably read Batman in an uncomfortable place.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah. Probably like in the back of a Volkswagen. And it's just a shame that they're gonna that they do that kind of stuff. Like, I'm looking forward to Robert Pattinson. I'm looking forward to the new movie we're gonna get, whatever it is, next year, I guess 2021. I think that one comes out. But it's still upsetting that we couldn't.
This is the movie that we'll never get that we want, versus the Superman movie we never got that we're okay with.
Right.
Like Nicolas Cage's Superman movie. Like,
although I want to see it. I want to see that movie so bad.
We know it's probably for a good reason.
Oh man, I don't know. Did you watch that Death of Superman Lives that Schnepp did? Oh, I really want to see that, man. Like listen, Warner Brothers. Listen. I'm close. Just listen.
A little bit closer.
Make it right now. Make Superman with Nicolas Cage right now. Do it. I want to see that movie. Nicolas Cage will do it for like $20. That fucker owes back taxes. He's done like 150 movies in the last like year and a half. You can get him to do it real cheap. Make the script. Anyway, yeah, I think this is going to be another one of those things that like 10 years down the line, we're going to have someone who's going to do a whole bunch of deep dives into it, get the scripts, get all the stuff, and find out what really happened and why Affleck actually left the movie and what could have been.
Yeah. I mean, the difference is that the Superman movie has footage. This doesn't.
No, the Superman movie didn't have any footage.
There was...
Just had some screen test footage.
Yeah.
That was it.
That's still something. I doubt we really had that for this. I don't think it got that far.
I think it definitely had storyboarding, just like the Superman movie did and all that kind of stuff. I think because they were in production. It wasn't like they had done the script. They were in the process of storyboarding everything and working out everything as far as how they were going to get it made. So it wasn't something like they were ready to go on the movie when all this shit happened initially, and then they had after he left, that's when everything got pushed back, because this movie was supposed to come out I think this year. It was supposed to be out I think 2020 initially, or maybe 2019.
I was thinking 2019. I thought.
Yeah, because when did Justice League come out? Justice League was what, 2018 or 2017? I
think it was 2017.
2017. Yeah, this movie was supposed to come out in 2019. So this was already, we should have already seen this movie at this point. So they were like ready to go. I think they were in like 2018 or end of 2018 when it, because I remember hearing things. Oh yeah, they're starting filming, or they're starting this, or they're starting production. They were in the midst of production, so I guarantee there's a ton of stuff there that's just going to be held in the WB vault that we won't see for 15 years
or ever.
Unless you get another person like John Schnepp who goes and says, you know what, I want to fucking find out why the hell this movie didn't get made, and does the same thing that he, God rest John Schnepp's soul. But yeah, so I don't know. Let's see. I think we're pretty much in on any of the other news.
That's about it.
Dr. Timeless Child reveals. Wait.
That's what I was just looking at.
Hold on. Child reveals. Doctor Who's Timeless Child reveal breaks Matt Smith's name and regeneration. Huge ramifications, especially upon Matt Smith's regeneration and the Doctor's real name. I'm not gonna read this because
you haven't watched.
I haven't watched Doctor Who in 2 seasons since the what's her face took over. I only watched through like the first half of that season and then fell out of it. So I'm not gonna pay attention because eventually I'm gonna go back and watch those seasons. I don't know. You haven't watched any of them.
I watched a few episodes of the first.
She was good.
Like I watched her make the sonic screwdriver.
Yeah,
which was interesting because we never got to see that before.
Right.
And she made it out of just items that she found.
Yeah.
In the warehouse. But beyond that, I didn't continue because mainly it's a hard show to watch if you're not watching it on television when it airs. Like to catch up, like watching it on the BBC app.
Yeah.
Or streaming, trying to get it like on Hulu.
Yes.
Or like other avenues and other non-paid for avenues.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Well. Yeah.
It's a show that is very hard to stream. Like even if you go back and try to watch like the Christmas specials.
Yeah.
It's impossible to find.
Yeah, they're very hard to
find. Because of how they're titled and how they do things.
Yeah.
They're hard to find. So it was a show that and even on Amazon Prime, it was saying that like, oh, watch the new season on Amazon Prime. And then it was like, well, it's not really here. So
right.
We got clips. And I was like, are you... So like I got to the point where I was like, I'm going to wait until it's back out on Netflix.
Yeah.
And watch the whole season at once. And it hasn't shown up yet. And it's been,
because it's not going to be. Yeah. It's only going to be on Prime. But I fell out of watching. I like her. I think she was good.
She was good in Broadchurch.
She had a Tennant vibe to her, and she even said she's like
she worked on a whole show with David
and she like picked his brain about like this and like she specifically
promoted her for it.
Yeah,
and he was like, yes, this is who I want to be.
Well, and she specifically said like I went to him. I wanted to do a similar thing. I wanted to do something like he was doing, and makes sense. She was good. I just fell out of it after I think like the 3rd or 4th episode.
I mean, I would love. I'll give it a shot.
I definitely will.
I don't not watch the show because of her. That is not the reason.
Right.
And it has nothing to do with a woman being a doctor.
No.
It has nothing to do with that. It's just I fell out of it.
Yeah. I think the only gripe I had with it was I wasn't too keen on the companions.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think it was. I wasn't really a fan of the companions they had. But then again, the Capaldi's season prior, I wasn't a fan of.
Yeah.
Billy. I wasn't really a fan of her. I thought she was kind of a lackluster.
And I thought it was kind of weird that they brought in that guy as like not his companion, but his sidekick, but also not his sidekick.
Yeah.
But he does a lot of comedy.
Yeah, that's. I think that was probably.
Like where he just plays a lot of different characters. And
yeah.
Like, why is he on this show? That was weird too.
I feel like that because when they do that kind of stuff, it's usually something that's going on in the comics that they throw in. Like he'll like that's why because he just shows up in that first episode. You're like, what the fuck happened? Like what? The last season ended this way, and why is this guy here? And you wind up. It's like it's something. It's a plot line from the story in the comics, and they're just continuing it, and you don't. Whatever.
I mean, I definitely loved. What was his nemesis's name?
The Master.
The Master. When the Master turned into a woman.
Yeah, you actually got to see him turn into the woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then, but like the actress who played her, she killed it. I love it.
Yeah, she was great. She was great. That was really cool, and like having her be the catalyst of turning herself into her was actually really cool. I really enjoyed that. That last episode was like, really good, and even like the Christmas episode of him, the regeneration episode where he meets with the first Doctor, which was really cool, especially for Capaldi because he was a kid watching that show and part of he was like the head of the Doctor Who fan club at one point. Like he was he's a long time fan of the show. So it was really cool to see him interact with the first Doctor. That was a cool episode. But yeah. So anyway, off on our Doctor Who tangent. But yeah, we're gonna head out. We got it's pretty much it for the news stories this week and things like that.
Hopefully, something happens next week, or the coronavirus
wipes us all out.
Yeah.
But anyway, so all right, guys.
Good happy health, Jackie Chan.
Yeah, happy health, Jackie Chan.